We're continuing our Celebrate City series this half hour. Of course, we're talking about all things Biloxi. Let's go back to Rob now at the Toasted Yolk as we celebrate Biloxi's 325th birthday with Mayor FoFo Gilich. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We are live from Biloxi. It's Tuesday. It's Celebrate Cities, and on Fat Tuesday, as we celebrate Mardi Gras, is there anywhere else we should be at than downtown Biloxi? Looking forward to the parades later today. It's a bit cloudy this morning, but it's going to clear up. And in case you're wondering who I'm talking to besides you folks out there, right here, the Honorable FoFo Gilich, the mayor of Biloxi, is joining us this morning. Mr. Mayor, first of all, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for being here. And like I said, with the weather news, you let the sun's going to shine today, and of course we'll have a great time the whole day.
So, well, you know, being the meteorologist, I kind of planned it like that, sir.
You did a great job. Perfect. So,
all right, Mr. Mayor, an exciting day here in Biloxi, but man, we're going to talk about a lot of things. Mr. Mayor, the thing you notice right away when you come to Biloxi, if you hadn't been here in a while, the development, the growth, the changes, the niceties, the Barks building almost being completed, Ground Zero, other businesses and restaurants. How proud are you of what's happened?
It brings tears to my eyes anyhow, but, we had a vision of what it could be and what it was. And so we kind of marrying the two, with the Barks building renovation, the bricks on the road like it used to be in the 40s and even earlier than that. But yeah, it's coming together, not always as fast as you need, but you have to get something started to get it finished. So we're really excited about, the development. We just put a significant effort into the Sanger. When you marry the Sanger, the Barks building, Ground Zero, a number of shops and so forth that are coming up. It's going to be a very cool spot. And then on this end of the town with the ballpark and Toasted Yolk here, it's a happening place.
And like you said, Mr. Mayor, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step in front of the other. And I, for one, love what's happening here in the area. I can't tell you about the growth over the last 10 years that I've seen it. I mean, now Biloxi, this area, it's a place I want to come hang out at. As to where before, the amenities, it wasn't all that great. After MGM got here, things started to grow a little bit, and I know that's one of your brainchild as well. But as far as the area goes, and we're not talking anything political today, but as far as the area grows, how much more is there to come?
Well, who knows? You never, like I said, when you get in the middle of it, some things add to it in understanding. But, in the 40s, Fred Hayes, Apollo 13, explained it. Biloxi, up until 1941, was about 15,000 people. 1941, our grandparents' generation got Keesler Field before, and the population jumped from about 15,000 to almost 100,000 overnight. That's why, these soldiers would stay on base in tents and in barracks and let them go on payday. And you had every flavor of entertainment on Howard Avenue, from gaming, dancing, all kinds of gambling, that sort of thing. Fred Hayes explains that he learned geometry from watching these pool games, these pool hustlers try to take the soldiers' money in pool. So it really is exciting. I grew up, in the 60s and just had a tremendous time. And a little bit of that's coming back. And I think people want to live and the apartments, live, play, and enjoy Biloxi downtown.
And that's one of the beautiful things, being from New York and traveling. I love the mixed development to where you can have your apartment upstairs, go downstairs, walk across the street, spend your money right there in the business, in your location, not just your city, but across the street from you. I love that growth and a multitude of things that have happened. Being back here at Keesler, one of the biggest things, I love the White House for the longest time. That was just a big haunted house that was sitting there broken, and that came back to life along with what I see the rest happening here in Biloxi as well.
No, it is opportunity. And when you look at what people want, that comfort, that enjoyment of life, and I think it's what we have here. A combination of everything global, but you got to have a place that you can enjoy, safe, friendly, and beautiful. And I think that's what we have.
Mr. Mayor, if that was what you were going for, safe, lovely, and beautiful, you've got it right here in Biloxi. Yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be much more to go in the future as well. Real quick, let me ask you a couple of things. Even though I consider myself a Southerner now, South Mississippi, after many years, it's been 20 plus years from a New Yorker traveling with the military. What are your roots in the area? Talk to us about that.
Well, like I said, jumping back, to, it's just a good melting, a good gumbo. Not a melting pot; it's a gumbo of things, and I think that's why you enjoy that level. In Keesler and Biloxi, I go all over the country, and I mentioned Biloxi. Oh, I'll station to Keesler. It's our Keesler versus Biloxi. So we're really excited about that whole relationship. Since '41, a lot of folks have come through this town and visited. Had an opportunity, and they want to come back, and we're seeing that right now in the generation. So. We're just in a good position to make it, a very, very special place. You just got to say Biloxi now. You don't have to say Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah, you don't have to say Keesler anymore. You can say Biloxi now as well. Mr. Mayor, I know, let's talk about a couple of things real quick. The casinos, we have a multitude of them here in Biloxi. When that first came about, how does that contribute back to the city's economy and so on and so forth?
Well, let me say, we've got 8 casinos. I call them our 8 families, okay? And bottom line, we haven't touched taxes in 27 years because of the contributions. Not only that, but Biloxi and who makes the most benefit that is the state of Mississippi. Yeah. So we're able to, kind of count on what the revenue will be in order to plan, our events and a tremendous amount of everything is more than $1 million. Any project you do a street. So we're able to that business is able to kind of fund some of the things that you would be talking about raising taxes and asking for grants. So we're very fortunate that we've had that. These 8 casinos by itself, I think it was 2 years ago, it was 5th in the country. Now, as far as gross gaming revenue, so that's pretty strong out of 8 casinos.
Well, there was a lot of hesitation from locals about the casinos when they first started to bloom, especially with the Beau Rivage coming on and all that. Our state used to be in such a huge deficit, one of the poorest states, and now look, we've got how many billions of dollars in surplus now because of that? That's a wonderful thing.
It contributes to that. So, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars that go, to different things with public safety. People understand or don't really understand, especially the rest of the state. We have 49,872 people as of the last census, but we have 7,000 hotel rooms, and they're filled on the weekends. So now this is not a 50,000 population town. It's like 100,000, and we have to respond, and we have to keep the safety. So it's a sort of a it's a sort of double-edged sword too. But when you try to attract new businesses, grocery stores, and some of these other things, that has to figure in the metrics of things. So it's not just your normal. Your normal metrics that say, okay, I want to open a business. So, but it's cool. It's our job to explain those kinds of things.
Mr. Mayor, I thank you so very much for joining us this morning. Thank you for the great information, sir. Best of luck to you in the future in the city of Biloxi. Yes, sir. Reporting live, we're in Biloxi at Toasted Yolk.